Hello everyone. So, what has a psychology book in London got to do with me doing celebrity graves on YouTube? I'm going to tell you. And it's all connected. You'll see why in a minute. And it's a little bit about me, and I want to know about you as well. But let's get into it. This is the film of today. It's about how I got into these celebrity graves and what caused it. And it's about my life a little bit, and then I want to know about you, and I'm going to ask you some questions. So, let's get to it. I'm a self-employed electrician. I haven't got a lot of money. Really haven't at that point. I've been on the enterprise allowance scheme, borrowed a couple of £1,000, put it in a bank, showed them it, then they gave me £40 a week for a year, and that got me going when I was 24. And I'm in London, I'm about 25. I look confident. I was okay, but deep inside I did have a little problem because my parents had died when I was 16, and my dad went at 16, my mum went at 20. And I felt I was only a kid, only one. And I felt a little bit insecure, but like we put this mask on and we cover it up. Well, you do, don't you? Because you've got to compete in the world. But I had a few little problems, and I think I know what caused them now. Well, I do know, but this is what helped me. It was self-help psychology, but I didn't really get into it intentionally. It was an accident. I was in London, Trafalgar Square. I'm looking around, got my best clobber on. It's not a lot of money, it's a trip out, and whoa, a bit impressed by it all. And I'm in Trafalgar Square, Nelson's Column, all that, looking at the things and the lions and all that. And I saw a bookshop, so I loved biographies. I went over to the bookshop. I think it was Dylan's bookshop then. And I'd gone through the biography section, and I just wandered past the self-help psychology, and I saw this book that looked like a child's book, and I'm thinking, why is that in the adult self-help psychology section? It was like a young man running with his feet in the air. I'll put it on screen. I think you can still get that book. And it was by Andrew Matthews. So I picked it up and I'm having a look at the book. And I immediately was quite impressed by it, because it's the day, long before AI and all this thing. He was an artist, but also he did this self-help psychology. And it really did impress me. And I bought the book. I wouldn't have bought that even though I looked at it initially, but when I looked in it, I was quite impressed by the way that it was saying about things happening in your life, and how to deal with it and how to feel better. And it started being like basically a 10-year succession of books in my spare time, reading these things. And they helped. They made me feel more happy, more confident. I'm not saying 100%, and I don't think anybody ever is in their life. We've always got different points in our life and different challenges, but it really did make a difference. And that's why, if you notice at the end of some of my films, I often say, a little bit of psychology at the end, not psychology. I'm not a psycho, no. But no, seriously, that is why I mention it. I remember doing the Lena Zavaroni film, which was one of my most successful ones, right at the beginning, 3 years ago. And I was talking about, I'd liked Walter Staples. I'd read a lot of these books, like How to Win Friends and Influence People, Dale Carnegie. And I'd gone through a succession of books, and I got to Walter Staples. I liked him. And I'm mentioning it on that film, and it's all true. Little things. Draw a line down the paper, right on the left-hand side the things you've not liked what you've done, right on the right-hand side the things you like that you've done. You've got a job, you've earned some money, you've been nice to somebody, you've done your car, you've cleaned your car. All these things, little things in a day that you do that's positive. And then you do something that's not so good. Well, usually this side far outweighs that side, and then somebody might pick their arm at you, but you're not. It's just one little moment of your day. Most people are pretty proactive and try and help the day and get somewhere. And that's what most of us do, but we can get berated and told off and sink quite quickly. But it shouldn't really happen, because we've done a lot of good that day. That's the truth. And there was lots in there that helped me like that. Like right on, I mentioned this in the same film, but I meant it. This is a lot of years later, I'm thinking about it. Write down things you're worried about. For a month, pop them into a cupboard, open the cupboard at the end of the month, get them all out. Well, maybe not that many, hopefully. But get them all out and read them, and you'll find that usually all of them, or the vast majority of them, they've never happened. It's our way of thinking when we're feeling a bit insecure, you know. I am going to introduce a bit of psychology into this channel. I'm going to change it a little bit, but I've been abroad a fair bit. But I've got the films from the graves, so I'm going to keep the graves going because I enjoy those. I like to look at... The reason I enjoy those now is because now I'm older, I've got more time. And I do love making the films. An example is, say it was Graham Hill. I didn't know anything about Graham Hill till I did that film. And then I watched a documentary, read the book, go do the film, and usually... Most times you're quite impressed by the person because you didn't know much about them. When you've read the book, you realise, like in Graham Hill's case, he wasn't the world's best racing driver, but he was a brilliant mechanic and it gave him the edge. And, you know, that's just an example, but you find that more than 9 times out of 10, nearly every time, you're quite impressed. You initially might not like that person so much and might think, but then you find out they've done a lot more than you think. So that is why I got into the graves. I just enjoyed the trip. I'd probably read about them, knew about them, and you do too. And all you lot out there, you know about them, and you like to see the final resting place. And it's great, that particular one with Graham Hill. I honestly just thought of that one. It was in a private graveyard because somebody had bought the chapel or church and it was sectioned off. So I had to knock on the door, ask them if I could go and find the gravestone, which was still there. And I did, and it was a nice day. So I've got all these memories. I mean, also, in my life, you'll find out, I'm not going to tell a lot about this here, but I've done a lot of things that were just for pleasure. And one of those, people do ask me, why do I mention, it's not name dropping, it's not to be egotistical. It's just not, because I didn't make a fortune out of this, but I was the web manager for Roger Moore, the actor, in the beginning, because I'd loved The Persuaders when I was young with Tony Curtis. I'd always wanted to meet Tony Curtis, particularly because I liked his character. And I got to meet him lots of times, and Roger Moore, and I did his website as a UNICEF ambassador for 17 years. And the reason I got that was the psychology, because when I was... Marie France in Belgium said, I want to do a fan site, will you work with me and do the actual website? And I said, yeah, but I'd read a book about if you want to know something about anything, most people go to the lower person. If it's a company, they'll go to the worker and ask about how do you do this, why are you doing that? But you really should ask the boss, because the boss usually knows more about it, the man at the top. And so when it was like Roger, I got to him. It's a long story, but I got to him and said, I want to do the official site. And he said, yes, if you show me as a UNICEF ambassador. So it went from fan site to main site, you know, official. So that was, I would never have done that if I hadn't have known a little bit about this psychology. And I did Uri Geller's site. It was, you know, the spoon bender, which he had a lovely family, okay. Yeah, magician, but he was a nice guy, he's a nice guy in his family. So I enjoyed doing that, and these gave me days in my life that you couldn't buy. You know, they were pleasurable, unusual days, and I often did that in the past. It's the truth, and I'll tell some of those stories. I will, because these are days that you could never purchase, really, if you think about it. And I think another quick example was I got called to do an electrician stint. It was a film called Fanny and Elvis, 1999, with Ray Winston. He was the main name. I got there, and basically I was working on putting some lights up in Dewsbury, and I got to know the agent. He is called. I keep saying was. He's not dead. Mohsen. I can't pronounce his surname. Marish. Something like that. Sorry, Mohsen, if you ever see this. But he got to know me on the set, and I started to do extra work on TVs, and there were great days. I've lots of great memories of that, and people that I met, and once again, days you cannot buy, people you wouldn't normally meet, and places you'd never go. So it was great, and that's why I'm going to transition a little bit of this channel into psychology because I love it, and I still do. I don't read it as much now, occasionally, but I have a lot of memories from the past and I can bring them forward. And I think it helps people in life because you think about it. What is the thing that gives us the most pleasure and the most success? It's how we think. What's the difference between... I mean, I don't mean it in that respect. I'm just thinking of a well-known name, Elon Musk. Why is he such... Well, he might have had a background. I'm always impressed when people like... I'm plucking the names out of the air, I swear. But say Bannatyne from Dragon's Den. You remember that guy? I can't remember his Christian name. What is it? Anyway, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? He actually had a load of gymnasiums, and he started off with ice cream trucks. I was impressed by him because he started off with nothing, and he didn't even start till he was about 34 with an ice cream truck. So it's all how people think, and usually you find that's what makes the difference and gives us the happiness. So all of us on the channel, we all have our stories, our life stories, our things that make us special. And the one thing with me is that for a long, long time, I used to think when I met famous people, which I have had days where I've met lots of famous... I won't go into the stories now, but I have been to events with some of these celebrities because I knew Uri Geller and he invited me to events in London. And I never felt fazed by these people. Not even the posh people that have been born into wealth. I mean, they were lucky, they got the silver spoon. But I met a lot of well-known people and I wasn't so impressed. Not because they had not done well, but because we're all special. Thank you, phone. It bing bong, bing bong, bing bongs. And I'm going to switch it off in a minute. Oh, smash it! No, I'm only kidding, it's not bothering me. I just don't want to spoil the film a lot. But I did get to that point where I felt the ability to be equal. And when I meet people, I always think we're equal. I swear, because we are, it could be somebody who's had a bad time and they haven't managed to get to that state with the mind and thinking, but they have talents. Everybody's got talents and we're all different. I read one book and it was about that. It was the author of the book, once again it was Walter Staples, thought comedians were pretty good because they were so aware of the social situation and what made humour funny. And sometimes, you look at people and you think, oh, they're very clever, or a Geller again, or a barrister or somebody. But they're usually only in one small section. Like the Grey Professor is really good at what he does. And Uri used to not know a lot about society in Britain, and I used to help him out. One day, I was listening to Radio 2, and Steve Wright, who I liked, was on, and I said, you want to get on his show because he's really clever. He's got a big audience on Radio 2. And he says, who's Steve Wright? And I said, you're joking. He's been on radio for decades, Radio 1, Radio 2. Good thing about Uri was he was on there in the breath, because he get the publicity. So, you see, it's that kind of thing that I like. So, I'm going to introduce a little bit of psychology into my films. But I'm still going to do the graves because I do like the graves. And not the graves themselves, the people and the stories, and I want them to be remembered. And I love the bit that we all collectively can kind of remember them together, can't we? And bring stories come into the channel about what people remember about these people, and it's fascinating. So I haven't been so active recently, but I'm going to get back to that as well. So I do what I want, but I hope that you enjoy what I do, and if you do, great. So keep up with the channel. Don't go away if you've enjoyed the content, because I will do some more graves. I really will. And I'll also introduce this psychology. I'm being totally upfront because I enjoy it. And we can all talk about our lives. I'm thinking of a way where people can come forward and ask questions and say how they feel. And then, it's sort of, they come together because at the end of the day, the people that we watched, they're all remembered. And we collectively remember them because they were well known. But we all have stories, don't we? And it's fascinating. And it's fascinating to know what you know about these people. So that's the focus of today. I'm going to transform the channel a little bit, but keep the theme of where we are because I do enjoy doing those films. And I'd like to know what films you have enjoyed the most that I've done. And also, I'd like to know if you have ever read any psychology, and how or who ever influenced you. What made the change to your life because they gave you things which awoke your mind, you know, made you think differently about something and made you feel happy, you know, because that's what it's all about at the end of the day. I mean, I always classify people, the ones that are negative and don't make you happy, you cut them out, don't you? But most people are very good given chance. And I like that in society. So that's where Motorhome Beep Beep is going to go for a little while. This is a new channel, and the psychology that I bring into it, I'm going to intermingle it. And when I do the graves, I'm going to talk about the person as well, what may have influenced them and all that kind of thing. You know, what got them where they were. It's fascinating sometimes because you can look at a fantastic. Once again, I'm plucking out. I swear, I'm plucking them out of the air. But Freddie Starr, he had such a terrible life, didn't he? You know, with the turmoil, and he ended up with that U-Tree investigation and with no money. And there were quite a few of these people ended up not financially that well off. And it's shocking, isn't it? You know, when you think about how successful now, big these, you know, in the 70s and 80s, quite often these people were on TV. So let's go with that one. So that's today's film. It's about where the channel's going and how we're going to introduce psychology and life and just general living. I'm going to do a few more of these films, just what's going on, you know, what's happening at that moment. And if it works, great, and if people like it, great, but I'll enjoy doing it. Really, that's what it is about for me, because if I was doing a subject I didn't enjoy, what's the point? So I want to thank all of you out there. I want to say thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for the 27,000 people that have subscribed at some point. And I hope more of you come along. If you enjoy celebrity grace, well-known people, famous people, and psychology now, tune in. And I'll see you all very soon in the next film. Don't forget to subscribe, ding the bell for notifications, thumbs up, and a comment, because I do love the comments. I like the connection that I have with all the people out there. It's always great to read them. So thanks for watching today. I'll see you all very soon on Motorhome Beep Beep. And if you've got any thoughts about the channel, where you want me to go, you want me to do, let me know. And I'll try, okay, in the future. Take care from me, Alan. I'll see you all very soon on Motorhome Beep Beep. Take care, everyone. Bye.